kind of showcase for the community.
Are you trading up just because you want to have that high-end card to sell, or you just want to hold it just to have it?
But is it processing or are we
Gambling.
is it gambling? I took the perspective of I need to get to know more people and like have conversations with.
Is this one of the things like, oh, you want to make this deal? I'll put you on my video. Like, nah, I'm okay.
Y'all ready for Dr. Strange? Just a question. Are you ready, bro?
See, and then he had it signed by him.
No, when they cut Darth Maul in half, I literally yelled out, "No!"
If I would have known BGS has more value long-term wise, I think I would have went that route.
But do you have certain cards that you know you're going to hold on to?
Yeah, FD, man, I'm in it for the long term.
What's up, JD?
What's up, man?
Going
Ran a little late. My audio's gonna be a little messed up this week. My mic messed up. I couldn't find the extra cord, but talk a little bit louder.
You sound pretty good right now.
Okay, all right, let's keep it like that.
Yeah. How you been, man? How's your day been?
Man, I literally just got back like 10 minutes. I had to run up here and get everything ready. I missed the game 7. How was it?
It was great. I predicted Boston to win that game.
I looked at the stats before I jumped on. I was like, Grant Williams, 25 points or 24?
Man, he was shooting threes. He hit 7 threes, man.
That's what happens. You got to have those role players that just step up when it matters.
The question is, will Greg Williams do that again?
Nah, that's it. That's once in a. I don't know. We'll see. Because Miami, I think that's what the Bucks wanted to do. They just went like, you know what? We're not gonna let Tatum and Brown beat us. Beat us with with Williams and Pritchard and Horford. Like honestly, the games that they won, Al Horford had a good game last game, right? Game 6, he had a huge game.
Yep.
And then they followed it up with Grant Williams. So it makes, man.
The series really should have been over in 6 games, right?
The Bucks. I thought the Bucks should have won Game 6. That was their opportunity because Boston's like 100-0 in Game 7 in the Garden.
So wake and break. Are you at the Phoenix Suns game, but also kicking it with what's the flavor?
Man, that guy everywhere, dude. He's everywhere. He was at Burbank, then he's in. Where is he? He was up in the Bay. Now he's in. Man,
I love it, man. I love it. I want
to be like him. He's everywhere.
I'm rolling. 2 phones and 2 thumbs up. There you go.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go, man. Hit us with some game footage of what's the flavor at the game, man. Appreciate that.
Crazy.
What's up, fellas? The Reverend Rips. What's going on? 30-point halftime lead. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all. Dallas is doing me a big favor. I love it.
Why? Because it's gonna be easy win for Golden State.
No, it's all about Chris Paul, man.
Oh yeah. If you guys didn't know, last week FD was just grilling Chris Paul.
It's all about Chris Paul, man. Which is why I'm wearing this shirt.
What is that?
It's a Christmas shirt. It's a Santa shirt.
Oh.
Because Christmas is coming early for Chris Paul.
Oh, come on, man. You guys should have heard FD. I was like, man, hold on. Is FD serious right now? You don't like CP3 like that?
I never have, man. Never have.
It's great. And the way FD was talking, you could tell FD should play the lotto the way you were talking about him and how he's playing now.
No, man, I can't get into Chris Paul. I respect those that do, but I can't. Halftime, Rob Base with FD and JD. Yes. Yes. So let's see here. What's the score of this game? Make sure we get this down here. Let's talk about this. So the game is 57-27 at halftime. JD.
50 what?
57-27. Let me make sure I get this. 57-27.
What's going on?
Just think about this. Let's just leave this up here for people just coming in. Think about this. So Chris Paul's never winning a championship unless something crazy happens in the second half.
It's only a 30-point game at the halftime. They could make a run.
Okay. We know we're gonna track this while we're on.
It's only like technically it's a 15 possession game. 15 15 to 10 to 15 possession game, so it's possible. But I don't know.
The Reverend has a question. If the Mavs pull this upset off, will Luka stuff go crazy?
Man, his stuff is already going crazy.
You know his stuff came down though now.
Yeah, it was down in the beginning of the year, remember? Because everyone was calling him overweight. You know, he ain't ready. I remember. You remember he said he should have came in game time condition. Man, he's proving us wrong right now.
Yeah, he is. He's showing up big time. He was hurt, calf strain, still balling. Let me see how many points he has at halftime.
He's there hooping.
So, leading scorer for the Suns. So let's get into this right quick. Leading scorer for the Suns. Do they have no one in double digits at halftime?
No.
The leading scorer is Crowder and Johnson. They both have 5 points. Bridges has 4. Ayton has 3. CP3 has 1 point. He's 0 for 4, 19 minutes, 0 for 2 from 3-point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 fouls.
I think they're shooting like 8 for 33 to starting 5 or something like that. Before I jumped on Twitter before I got on, and whew, that's not.
But as a team, they're 10 of 41 right now, shooting 24.4%, and they're 3 of 14 from the 3-point line, shooting 21.4%. Phoenix, babe, where's let me see, where's Booker? Booker has 2 points. So it's gonna be interesting in the second half because they're not gonna keep shooting 25%.
No, I don't think Dallas has a defense to hold them down. I think this game's going to be a blowout. The Suns are going to come back, and everybody's going to talk about how bad Dallas.
Well, I can tell you the two people that are balling right now are Luka Doncic 27 and Dinwiddie has 21 on 7 of 10 shooting. So 4 for 5 from 3-point line. Dinwiddie is the X factor right now.
He's always been the X factor. When there was an article before I got on, they're talking about how excited they were for Dinwiddie to come in because he's supposed to take off the pressure off Luka. You know,
well, anybody wouldn't you be happy to get out of Washington?
he was excited. No, he got traded there. I'm sorry, he got traded.
You'd be excited to get out of Washington, man.
Well, they're supposed to be this up and coming team, and then things happen. They're supposed to fight for a playoff spot, but they weren't healthy.
Yeah, the Reverend has it. They poked the bear, and Luka is crazy good. Luka is handling all kind of people. So I'm here to turn around, jump on Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, you would think, has the most length and mobility on the team. You put him on Luka, you think something's going to happen. Luka gets that space. When you have a jump shot, right, I would think you're not concerned about if the guy is tall or not. You're going to create space and hit the jump shot. Or you're going to go around him.
Uh-huh. Yep, that is true. That is 100% true.
I know this isn't car related. This is Art. Art, what's up? You guys are from Cali. What's your thoughts on the new Kendrick album?
I haven't heard it all the way, but
it's proper.
The production is really good.
It's proper. It's very nice. He gets into some subject matter that you don't hear about in most any music. I wouldn't just say rap music. He's talking about some things in his life. It's a very good album, Art, I think. You tell us what you think after you hear it.
No, I think it's good. Really good. Since that question came up, let's just talk about a few minutes. Who is your favorite rapper ever, and who's your favorite rapper now? If you have one.
We talked about this before. My favorite rapper ever is Notorious Big or Tupac. I kind of have them both at the same point. I've talked to some people who have said Jay-Z. Jay-Z is up there, but he's not personally my favorite rapper. I can remember a time when Jay-Z first started. I didn't like Jay-Z at all. His rap style was totally different.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Totally.
Here we go.
I remember a time when I liked Nas.
Yeah. Yeah. So in high school, my favorite was Nas at the time. Nas was like my favorite rapper. Then it shifted. And then I heard about J. Cole, so I went to J. Cole, and then this changes because everybody, they don't drop albums consistently, so there's always a gap for somebody else to jump in.
Yeah. Now you just answered my question. My favorite rapper right now is J. Cole.
Yeah, mine too. He's so relatable for me.
Relatable. You hear what he's saying. He enunciates everything, just like Kendrick Lamar, and he tells stories, which is like old school rap form.
What's your favorite album from him?
From J. Cole.
Yeah, if you could come up with one.
Oh man. Let me
I'm
look at my phone.
I'm
I have
surprised,
a lot of J. Cole on my phone. Hold
I'm
on.
surprised you said J. Cole, man. This is why we do this. This is why we do this show together.
Oh man. To me, if anybody's arguing J. Cole, I just don't know what the deal is.
You know what? I love J. Cole, and then
I mean, the all season is a good album.
yeah,
2014 Forest Hills Drive was a good album.
of course.
I mean, it's just Born Center. It's a good album. I mean, there's so many different.
See,
And he grows over time. Like if you want to go back and listen to some J. Cole from years ago, he's still on point, but his lyrics are different now. He
I'm
talks
so
about
much
different stuff.
better, so much better.
Yeah.
Especially when he jumps on features, he does it really well now. So good. See, this is what I like about this show. I learned that FD got good music taste too.
Oh, there's no doubt. You already knew that, man. Come on, man.
He's from Chicago. You know Chicago got a good music. How do you feel about Kanye? How do you feel about Chicago's own?
I used to be a big Kanye fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to a lot of Kanye now.
Wow. Maybe I mean he's a little crazy, but his music back then was untouchable, man. Really
Yeah,
good.
College Dropout and all that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at FD. This is why I love this show.
Yeah.
He knows more about music than cards.
You saw Junior and I did a little tribute to Kendrick Lamar.
Oh man, just dancing in the park and everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to feel it. All right, so we got Luke. So Luke has as many points as the entire Suns team. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens in the second half. We'll be talking about this throughout the entire second half. Art says, "I love it." Kendrick and Kid Cudi producer. Dre, old school. Chuck D. Yeah, Chuck D is like to me in a class by himself. Like it's
Yeah,
hard for me to compare anyone to Chuck D. I had a chance to meet Chuck D years ago.
really.
Let me see if I can pull that picture up for you, JD. Give you a little history here.
Man, you can history lessons and music lessons in one episode. Who would have thought?
Let me see if I can find this picture. Let's see here.
Where I put my chopsticks? I mean, have you? Only thing I've done was gone to like concerts live of J Cole, and I haven't seen Drake yet, but I seen Big Sean, Travis Scott. Man, really good time. It's really good. I wish I would. Only person I wish I would have seen live was Jay Z and Kanye.
I've seen Jay-Z and Beyonce twice on both of their tours.
No way. What? How was that like?
Yeah, we got some gear here, man. We got t-shirts here, bro.
The one
And I don't go to a lot of concerts, JD. I don't go to a lot of concerts.
man,
But I went
I used to, the best performer to me was probably Bruno Mars. Dude, that boy could sing.
I can see that.
He could sing and dance and everything. He really gave a good show.
I could definitely see that. Bruno Mars, JD, FD. Either you going to Dallas next weekend? I am not.
No, I'm not going.
Reverend, are you going? Let us know. I know it's going to be a great show.
I know. I got to figure out how I'm going to get there one day. This year, I got to make it happen one day, one time. But we'll see.
Wake and Break says FD and JD and everybody rolling our love. Y'all, I can see y'all, but I can't hear y'all. I wouldn't think you would hear us because of what's going on around. Wake and Break is at the Phoenix Suns Dallas game right now. Watching Dallas handle that business. Blessings,
Right.
Rock Bass is still jamming.
This guy's everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's a traveling guy, traveling person. Did Luka just outscore the Phoenix Suns? Yes, he did. Tina Turner is the best performer. Love what you collect. Tina Turner. Yeah, I could see her being.
She was good. I needed to hey, love what you collect. I needed to know if you got that Sade card. Because I don't know if you saw her story, the Sade card she posted. Ooh, I started looking into it. FD, man. Just give me a week or two. I'm good. Those cards caught my eye. I have a lot of stuff that go with that Sade now. Man, I did not know. Did you know that they had cards of her back then?
No, I did not.
Panini had like the smash hits of like from 1986 to I don't know how long. MJ, The big names, all that stuff back in the '80s. I went through it for like 15 minutes, and I was just shocked. I need to pick up more some Sade cards now.
Yeah, bro. Sade is nice. Sade is real nice. Let's see here. I will be there. I live 2 hours away. It's going to Dallas.
Nah, I don't. No more driving for me, man. I'm not going to SD until October. When's the next show? I
So
can't do
JD,
that.
this is 2015, man. Hopefully you can see this. Let's see.
Let me see. Oh, come on, man! You see the guns? Hold on, you guys got. Oh man, FD's on fire lately. I know you guys see the guns.
Did you see the pythons? Huh?
I know that's what I'm saying. Did they check you or what? I'm sure they didn't let you go security. Like, I'm sure. I'm sure they had to say, "Hold on, sir, you gotta."
Oh, back in the day, man, 2015. Chuck D, man, he comes in, he talks to everyone. Like he's having extensive conversations with everyone. We start talking about Chicago. I mean, he was great, man. So I get up there and I'm talking to him, right? And I say, he had an album out at the time. I said, can you write the first two? Can you write the opening stanza to Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos? He writes that thing out, man. And he starts laughing. He says, I can write that out because I wrote the song. He said most rappers today don't write their own music.
Wow.
Chuck D, baby.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Now I gotta find a way if I can meet J. Cole somehow now. I'm like, hey, J. Cole.
That would be a pleasure, man. Did you see the guy? Did you see the guy on social media that walks up on J. Cole at a food truck?
No, I didn't see that.
And he's talking on his live, like I think, and he's like, "Man, this guy looks like J. Cole." J. Cole turns and looks at him.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is J. Cole. Yeah.
There's a video of him riding around in New York with the bike. That was pretty cool. J. Cole, man.
J. Cole's with the people, man. I love what you collect. I don't have that card, that Sade card, but I'm going to get one.
I'll get one too.
That was my favorite. That was the favorite artist of my brother for years. Sade.
She's good.
I mean, you couldn't be around him if he wasn't playing Sade.
Well, she makes good music. Just gets you in the mood. I don't know if you can listen to it if you go into Game 7, but it'll calm you down before you get in there. Get you right state of mind.
The Reverend, I would be curious to see the showcases, PSA, CSG, SGC movement. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Man,
It'll let us know, Reverend, when you get back on afterwards, how Dallas was. I know it'll be great. Sylvester says, do you take into the account the cost of traveling to a car show when you are selling cars? Do they affect the price? What do you think, JD?
Not for me. When I went to it depends. If I'm selling, when I went to Philly, of course, the Philly prices were a little bit higher just because they're in demand. So yeah, but not really. I mean, everything goes accounted for: the overhead, the flight, the time, the food, the Uber, whatever I had to do to get there. Everything goes accounted for. So yeah, but no, I don't know what the price is. I already know what I'm going into. I already know I'm ready in the hole per se, but again, it's more to it than just selling cars when you go out of state or out of city, something like that. You got to make your money's worth because I mean you're only there for what, a few hours, right? You got to make sure you network correctly. Talk to people, make enough content. It's not always about selling and dealing. You got to do a lot more to it when you're there.
Yeah, I'll let JD take that one. I haven't really traveled to sell cards.
Yeah,
I've traveled to buy cards.
Yeah, that's fun too.
Is
it the same? It's kind of the same thing, in a sense.
Well, I'm all about the negotiation process too. So
yeah.
I don't care if I cross the street to go to a car show. I'm really gonna be about the negotiation process.
Yeah.
The Reverend says my son 28 will be with me in Dallas, his first show. Very good. I'm happy that you all are going together. He has a nice Team Rocket first edition PSA lot. He has a Dark Zard Hollow PSA 10. Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. I know it's going to be a great trip. Can't wait to hear about that trip. Ranger 2nd 75th says Anita Baker. I don't think anybody can argue with Anita Baker.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna say anything because everybody's gonna be like, "What? I don't even know who Anita Baker is."
Back in the day in Chicago, I think it was. I know Love What You Collect will enjoy this. I went to a concert. I want to say it was 2005, 2006. Steve Harvey opened for Frankie Beverly and Maze. That was a concert, man.
What was Steve Harvey doing? He was just doing his stand up.
And he was a stand-up comedian at the time. He wasn't doing anything like what he's doing now. But just the jokes before the concert. And then Frankie Beverly was supposed to end and then came out and did like 3 or 4 more songs. Literally 3 or 4 more songs. People were jamming, man. Erie Crown Theater in Chicago, if anybody's been there. Our daughter lives, this is the Reverend. Our daughter lives in Plano, so I get to hang out with her. She has a CPA. Very cool. Very cool. I live in West Virginia. There are some really nice shows in Canton, Ohio area that I have frequent. Do you guys ever head out east? I haven't been out east. JD has been to Philly and to Boston, right?
In Jersey. Yeah, it's
And
cool. Please, I want to go back. I was like, I'm looking at some shows, but
I
what else?
aspire to art. Yeah, I'd like to get out there. I think it'd be fun.
Well, you're going to Chicago in September, right?
No, I'm not going to the National.
No, but I'm saying you're going to Chicago.
Oh yeah, September, but that's not car.
I'm sure there's something out there.
We'll probably look up some car stuff, find
I'm
our
sure.
way into some car stuff, but it's not really car related. Seeing the beautiful city of Chicago.
I want to go to Chicago too.
Yeah, the sisters from back in the day could sing. Do you keep Sylvester keep the receipts for tax purposes when filing taxes, JJ, when you travel out of state?
No, I never. Honestly, I then never thought about doing that until Christian brought it up to me. I never thought about that honestly. I was doing it because it was something I wanted to do. Like I didn't think about it as a business move or a tax move or anything like that. I did it because one, I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to travel, and then everything else that came with it was a bonus. So I never thought about it like that honestly. And then I'm thinking about it now, but not really. It don't bug me like that. Maybe if I did this full time FD, then maybe, you know what I mean. But nah, it's still at the end of the day, it's still a hobby per se, right? I want to enjoy it. I don't want the money to interfere, or the value of cars or anything like that interfere with something that I love right now, passionate about.
Yep.
So right now, I mean, I feel like we're having a good time. Me and FD, we doing things, and the money isn't an issue per se. It's just the love of it. That's what keeps us going. Is like when you're passionate about something, the money and the fame, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. It's just you keep doing what you're doing, and it's happiness that comes out of it. I feel like when we did the SD show, when I went to the Union Marketplace, yeah, I haven't complained about the drive, but I'd rather do that than work a full week of my typical regular job. If that
Yeah, it
makes
was enjoyable. It was a very, very good show.
And remember we had this discussion after I said, once this started becoming like a job, like, oh, I got to get up and film with FD, then I'm going to take a step back because at this point, it's not fun anymore for me.
We have a lot of fun, though. I think people can see we enjoy being around each other and talking about stuff and messing with each other, man.
And the people that the people I know, like, it all mixes together.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cool. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. The Reverend says, JD, I saw you on a take at the Burbank show from both of you. What is to say to the hobby? I mean, from what I see, I think people are enjoying the hobby. They are participating a lot in the hobby. I talk to people even travel the country that are going to Dallas and going to different shows, going to Phoenix, going to the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
If you see anything, pictures, some content, just some video on social media, and I look at video from people that don't create content, like people who are at the show enjoying themselves. What are they seeing? Those people post things that people are very active, involved, enjoying themselves. We went to Del Mar. A lot of children was at Del Mar. A lot of families.
A lot of kids. A lot of kids.
A lot of children and families were at Del Mar. Quite a bit. So
actually, for that price, I was shocked too. It wasn't cheap to get in. I'm not, and I understand why it wasn't cheap. If you guys been to Del Mar and guys seen the videos, you will understand. That thing was huge.
Yeah, it was a beautiful location. I mean, I think people have asked me about it. I don't know if I can put it into words.
You had to just be there.
It was a great experience. I mean, being there was it was special.
Yeah, you guys just be there. The next
I
show's
don't
in
know.
October.
The people you could meet, the folks that we talk to together and independently, just walking the show, the different sponsorships that were there, different companies that were there. You had grading on site. You could drop cars off. There was things for children to get involved with. You could shoot basketball in the corner. There was cornhole. There were different games you could play. There was food to eat right there. Um, there were booths serving beverages,
Yeah,
uh, from water to whatever you wanted. I mean, it was the signage was great, looked good, clean environment, open air circulation. I mean, at
uh,
one point, man, I'm gonna tell you, I did this. Right, I stood in
yeah,
the middle of the show and just looked around in a 360 and thought about, can I actually find anything right now that's not thought about,
no,
like something that missed, someone overlooked that. I couldn't find anything.
no, I couldn't either. Only person I found was Wiley. He was the only person that was like, yeah, this is what I saw. This is what
Oh,
blah
that's
blah blah.
Wiley. That's Wiley. Yeah,
That's
that's
Wiley,
what,
which
that's
is
what
good. I
makes,
mean, you gotta
and
be
that's
able to.
also Alex. That's what makes them, you know, they do their thing. I tell you this, man. We put out content. I'm picking holes all through that. I'm looking at something, and even we put out like certain videos on like Instagram or something. I'm looking at that. Um, I think that's just the way to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Be
there's
critical of yourself. Like not down on yourself, but just be critical of what you're doing.
yeah,
I think people can see that. I think people are like, man, these people care about what they're
what they
presenting, what they're
yeah,
bringing. Yeah.
exactly, and I think that's super important.
Mhm.
Super important.
The Reverend third, and it's now 65-29. Man, Phoenix is the shot. Phoenix is getting beat down. I should have had the TV on here, man.
Man, I don't even want to watch that. I'm okay.
Woo! And for those of y'all that just tuned in, I have my Christmas shirt on because Christmas came early with Chris Paul.
Whew. Sorry, CP. I can't protect you from FD.
CP3 in the house. The Reverend FDJD. Were either of you set collectors, meaning insert sets? I used to open a lot of product years ago, and I would collect sets. I would put baseball sets together. I'll get containers for them and put them in a numerical order. Um, I would keep my duplicates separate in certain containers as well in numerical order. I used to sort cards all the time, like just going through cards all the time. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how it started. I think a lot of people who probably started at the same time that I did with cards with set collectors. I bumped into a lot of people when we started talking about childhood and what sets we were putting together and what inserts were coming out. And I still believe that a lot of older inserts, people don't think about them because they're hard to put together, they're condition sensitive, and they're hard to grade.
Oh, that's
And you
true.
don't hear people talking about it. But there's some football stuff out there too that's like Roman Hawk. What's up, FD? What's up, man? What's up, Roman? What's going on? Art never sold any of my cards. Cool to trade. Did anybody see? I've had on before. Let me pull up this video. I know he would be okay with me talking about this. Slab and Sale. Slab and Sale put up this video today. He's reenacting, and then JD, this is something we don't see in LA. I think it's something that probably should be talked about. He's reenacting a conversation that he heard while he was at a show.
What did he say?
Hold on. Can you hear
There's
that?
no trading here. No trading. If you want to do any trading, you need to go outside. I'm hearing some complaints from the vendors, and I'm gonna have to kick you out if you're gonna keep trading. This may
Why?
be a card show. There's no trade.
Let's think about that. So he's
That's
at a
not-
show in the Midwest where
Is that-
those running the show, they don't want any trading going on. And they're talking about kicking people out if you trade.
Why? What happened? Oh, because they're not making money. They're not
I think it's
making.
the mindset, but that's not the mindset here in LA.
No, people rather buy. People
Mindset,
rather
that's not the mindset in the Bay Area. That's not the mindset in San Diego.
people rather trade. Honestly, they rather I rather trade than buy it off you.
So let's say you buy a car, JD. Let's walk through this. Let's say you buy a car. That car appreciates in value while you have it. So let's say you spend $10 for a card, and now the card is worth $100, right?
Mhm.
You have $100 trade value, or somebody may say you have 120, or another person may say you have 90, or whatever it is. But that can allow you to move up
Mhm.
to other cars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if
100%.
you and I are trading, like let's say we go to these shows that we go to, and people are trading. Is that hurting the show?
No,
No,
the
it's
show
hurting the show.
already the show's already made their money, but the vendors, but the vendors, um, the emission, if there's a emission, the show's already accounted for. Everything else that happens, whatever else happens, is a bonus in a sense, right? For the dealers and the vendors. Um, yeah, I mean, why not? I
And I
don't
know when
see.
I go to shows, I see trades going down. I see trades plus cash value, and sometimes I just see straight purchases going down.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know.
personally, I don't. I just buy it, like, because I don't want to trade something that's valuable to me, to unless it's like super super valuable. You know what I mean? Like something that I cannot find nowhere else. I probably would trade, or if I'm short, but I'd rather just buy it like straight up.
And I only bring this up to, I know we're in California, but just to showcase a different perspective around the country. Now, there's just different things going on in different markets.
Yeah.
So when we got the question about what's the state of the hobby, we're giving our perspective from California, what we're doing in the Bay Area. Now, JD has been more places than me. Like, he's been on the East Coast. But I can only give my perspective for what I've seen. But I talk to people from around the country, or I see things on social media, and it's just a tapping into other markets. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't. I think people rather just trade, honestly. Because I rather trade this to get this and that. I'm like, dang, I'd rather pay it to get that. It depends what your motive is. But trading's a lot easier because there's no cash involved anymore. This is the value, whatever it is. And people rather go by that because people are like, oh, I made X amount. I'm like, dang, where's the money then? I know I traded all these to get this card. Now this is where I'm at with my collection of portfolio. So it makes sense. Whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
I know some people personally who have traded themselves up into some very nice cards.
I know a lot. I mean, I don't know if he wants to say his name, but we probably know who I'm talking about. Mr. Newport and all of them.
Yep, yep.
Like they, I'm sure he probably talked about it, but he had a Luca purple or some crazy Luca. He traded that for like a good amount of cards. I don't remember what, and he still made money off that. So it depends what you want to do. Like he traded
Right.
down on those cards, he traded up to a better Luca. I don't remember what it was, but he had a decent Luca at the beginning of the show, and then at the end of the show, he had a really nice Luca. So I mean, trading worked, and guess what? He didn't pull no cash out. All the money, all the leverage was towards him because of the amount of value his certain card was, because how rare
Yep.
it was, what the pop was, and the
This happens
grade, and
all the time. People are not pulling cash out, but they have cards that are well sought after, and the trade works for them.
you saw it when we were setting up at Premiere.
Mhm.
I think I did a lot of like cash deals instead of like.
Hold on, man. Got a lot of stuff going down. Go ahead.
Yeah, but there's more cash values on my end than me trading, because I told him straight up, like, I don't like trading, like, unless you have something I really want. We're talking Kyrie, DC, Shea, stuff that I really interested in, then I'll trade. But I'm not trading you just because of a Tua or whatever, something crazy. Like, I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna put myself in a hole where I can't move that, or I don't find the value in it as well.
Mhm. Art says it's a healthy hobby for me, a way to escape reality. I talk to many people. That's same sentiment. You
Hmm.
know, the Reverend Rip says I've discovered my Hall bound foil set. Emmett. So now this is the insert set like I'm talking about. Emmett, Montana,
Those
Reggie.
are more values
Uh,
though.
Allen Elway, very condition sensitive set. These sets are out here.
You just gotta find it. Like I mean, you just gotta find it. Just like the Sade I was talking about. You just gotta find it. You know, you just gotta know certain people, or just somebody will spark that idea. And boom, you got that. Then now you got some Sade cards on you.
Value of Luka card is going to jump up crazy. Yes, 33 and still 34. He's probably headed to a 50.9. When he walked in, I saw some video of him walking in. I know a lot of players walk in confident. Dude looked locked in walking in.
Oh. He said it himself too. He said,
Yeah,
man.
And he said it the other day. Everybody's excited and happy and talking when they're up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Exactly what I was gonna say. And look what happened. Whoo, they ain't talking now.
Let me do a CP3 check. You want me to do a CP3 check, please?
Oh, there we go.
So he's balling. Do. Let's see what he has. He has 3 points, 26 minutes. I'm just gonna stop talking about it.
Yeah, it's not even worth talking about. Just wait. Let's today and all of them talk about it tomorrow, because tomorrow, whoo, they ain't gonna stop. Good luck.
It brings about questions though. Let me just go through the roster right quick, right? We'll get to Art. I just want to bring this up right quick. You're talking about Crowder, Bridges, look at Ayton, and then Booker. What do you do to this team?
Well, you get rid of Jay Crowder. That's the first person you get rid of. I don't know why they don't start Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson together. Makes no sense. You have more length and they have better shooting. Makes no
Cam
sense.
Johnson's nice. Cam Johnson's a nice player.
Man, like why you starting him over Crowder?
Nice player, man.
Like he had a stat line. He had like 0 points.
It's like right now he played 14 minutes. He went 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. He has 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 fouls, 7 points. 7 points, yeah, in 14 minutes.
That's crazy. But I don't know what happened to the Suns. Oh, good, man. I'm tired of the Suns anyway. I want to see the Suns out. I wouldn't mind.
Dallas versus Golden State is going to be an interesting series.
Yeah, Golden State in 7, probably 6. We'll see.
Who's playing defense on Luka? Clay?
Oh man, they could throw. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm thinking they could throw Iguodala. They could throw Clay, Porter, Draymond if they want. They don't got a big man anyway, so that's gonna be an up and down series.
Well, just think about it now, right? Giannis just got put out today.
Yeah.
Jokic has been put out. Who are the other dominating centers in Ayton is put out, about to be put out. All centers are leaving.
Embiid.
Embiid is out. So all those centers, all those real, I get the paint, I call for the ball, gone.
Oh yeah, they have Wiggy. I forgot that. But you see like the teams that are winning, you know what they all have in common? Continuity.
So, yeah, it seems to be that way.
And they all.
I just wanted to know if one of these dominating centers got deep into the playoffs, what would it mean for everybody else?
Nah,
Miami, Bam is not. They're not. Golden State doesn't really have a center.
Yeah.
Dallas doesn't have a center. They sent Porzingis someplace else, and he really didn't play the center spot.
That's just the NBA now. Small ball lineups, stretch them out, and go get us a game, which is crazy.
Gonna be interesting, man.
All those teams that are still in it, they drafted those players, they developed them, and now look at it. Whew.
Art says, I have no problem helping someone complete a set if I have multiple. Still the same mindset when I was 12. Ain't that right?
That's crazy.
Art, 12 and 87. I was 12 and 87.
I wasn't even born yet.
The Reverend, still no son in double figures, 85-47. 3 minutes left in the third. Art says, I collect mostly Star Wars, vintage, modern, huge fan, Topps Chrome Galaxy, best looking cars I've ever owned. Those are nice cars, Art. Very nice. The Reverend says, Boston, I agree. I moved a few Luka, but nothing big. No take me out to the ball game ringtone. Brendan. Ayton leaving. He was not extended. He shouldn't be extended. I don't think Ayton should be extended.
Oh, he's like the what,
You
the
know what's
third, second?
crazy though? When he was at Arizona in college, I thought Ayton was going to dominate in the NBA.
Nah, no.
Another player, Jaren Jackson Jr. Does he think he's a shooting guard or is he a center?
He's a center. I think he's a four, stretch four.
Yeah, but his mindset.
Oh, well, that's just the NBA, man. You know that, FD. That's just the NBA now. These bigs think they could shoot.
You're 7 feet tall. You want to shoot the three.
Man, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, Mervin. Suns. They're going packing, man. They're out fishing in just a few hours here. Dude, this is to show how people look at CP3. Now, no, we've been talking about CP3 the last couple of weeks, and it's interesting that it's building up to this. Ayton is a free agent. Do they keep him? Wiggins play defense on Luka. It's going to be a combination. You're going to have Wiggins coming at him. They're going to try to bring in some larger guys to come at him. Draymond's going to be on him. You're probably going to have Clay coming at him. What I don't understand, though, is that even if Luka scored 50 points, right, you don't let Dinwiddie do what he's doing.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
I need to watch this series over and see what happened because the Suns were just in the first few games they were just overpowering. You know what I mean? They were just
Dinwiddie has 26 right now. Luka has 35. You don't let Dinwiddie. He cannot have 26. And he's very efficient. He shoots 9-13. He's 5 of 7 from the 3-point line. You can't allow that to happen.
This series, man. What I tell you about Jason Kidd? Remember we talked about it? I told you Jason Kidd was a good coach, and look what happened. He did something. I don't know what he did, but he's doing something.
Back in the day when Jason Kidd didn't have a timeout and he was wasting cups of water on purpose. You remember those days?
Yeah, man. Jason Kidd, man, he's doing good because he.
Here's a question. The Reverend Rips question: thoughts on Fanatics and Backyard Break collaboration?
What Backyard? What is it's a breaking site, right?
Yeah.
For high end
breaking. Yeah, Luber was with them today breaking some stuff. They broke. I saw him break a Prism card, pull a gold flashback, Scottie Pippen out. I thought this was coming. I'm just. Maybe it's the realist in me, right? I've heard people in the hobby tell me that I can be very real on things. I'm not really speculative sometimes, but I saw this coming. The Backyard Breaks is one of the biggest breaking groups there is. I saw Fanatics getting involved in some kind of way with them, doing something, some content or something with them. So I was not surprised when I heard about this. I was not surprised.
They put a Kobe auto.
Yeah, it's going to be more of this. I hope no one thought that Drake with Golden was going to be the only thing that's going on. There's going to be more of this.
That's crazy.
It gets buzzed, right? Somebody asked a question here. Other people here are thinking about it. People that don't even watch What's the Play or What's the Flavor or anything about Rolling with FD or JD the Collector. They're thinking about this now. They're talking about this. Right? That's marketing 101, right?
Yeah, people are even asking me. They're like, hey, "You're still doing cars? How's it going?" I was like, "It's doing good for me." But like, people see like the value in it now because they see their favorite.
But the people that ask you that question, are they involved in cars?
Not yet, but they're asking me because they're getting into it because what I talk about or what I post, stuff like that, and they'd be like, "Whoa, like, what's that? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, why?" Oh, it's funny, and it's crazy amount of a lot of collectors that there's a lot of like you'd be surprised that a lot of people that you don't think that are into the hobby or know about cards actually know about cards. I was at work the other day. I had my I had like a PSA card, like on my whatever this is called. I don't just the button whatever pocket. I was sending something out, and somebody goes up to me like, "What's that? Like, what are you sending? Like, what is that? What card is it?" I was like, "Card? What you talking about?" I was like, "What card are you talking about?"
What you talking about, Willis? Yeah.
Yeah, let me see that. And I was like, "What you know about this?" I was like, I went like this. I was like, "What you know about this?" Like, I just flipped it back, right? I was like, "What do you like?" I didn't want to show him the front. Like, "What do you know about this?" He said, "Oh, it's PSA." I'm like, "Whoa, hold on, what you talking about?" I was like,
more people know, man. More people have collected something. If somebody cleans out a closet or an attic, they have cards. Somebody's been
Yeah,
at the checkout stand at a retail store and picked up some cards before.
that's crazy. It was crazy. He was like, "Yeah, I've been collecting for X amount of years. I have Curry, this and that. He has Jordan, all this stuff, and he's an OG." So I was like, "Okay, maybe he know what he's talking about." And I tested him. I was like, "Okay, what card do you have?" Blah blah blah. And, I was like, "Wow, it's crazy," because I did not expect him to know about cards or other anybody else when they see it. That hey, what card is that? What are you sending? Do you have? Are you buying any Herberts? So I'm just sitting there like, whoa, like if you see these people how they look, you're like, you're not in the cards, dude. You look like you're playing like
And let me say this too. I know people that don't really create content at all. They're not really putting cards on Instagram or any other form of social media. And they
uh,
have excellent cards in their collection.
yeah, they just sleep. They just sit in. They said it's an investment. That's why they're investment.
They'll talk to you about it, but they're not about putting content up and doing
Yeah,
it. But they'll talk to you about their collection.
they just walking around shows, with their hoodie on, with their hat on, his head
There's some
down.
people you can see at a show, you're like, hey, let me see what's in your case. Stuff they start pulling out. And they're
Yeah,
very knowledgeable of it.
yeah.
It's
Some guy I didn't think he would have anything. He's like, "Oh, are you buying anything?" I was like, "Yeah, what you got?" I'm thinking he's like, "He's a little kid." So I was like, "Okay, well, let me see what you got." He's pulling out all these PSA 10s, graded. I'm like, "How old are you?" Like 13, 14. I was like, "Whoa, you're
oh
ahead of the
yeah.
game."
That's the
So
future of
now
the house.
after that, I was like, "Yo, I'm not doubting anybody anymore."
You don't doubt anybody, man. There are people who have significant collections that are very humble and walking around just wanting to say hello to people and meet people.
Yeah, that's
Very
crazy.
much so. So I've said this before, Mervin, that CP3, before this game, I have said this to several people. To me, CP3 is the point guard Carmelo Anthony.
Yep, exactly.
CP3 and Carmelo have the same career trajectory. Great
Exactly.
players, no championships. And they kind of fold up in certain games.
Y'all got FD started. It started last week, and look what y'all did. This is what happened. FD started.
I'm
Started.
telling y'all, man. I'm telling
FD
y'all.
started.
And
He started.
that's what gets me when people say like, Steph Curry or somebody else or they start questioning Durant. I'm like, but then you're talking about Chris Paul?
CP. You don't like CP?
Hey man.
CP3 and Carmelo Anthony. They're not in the same category as the great ones.
CP3 is a guy who has come out and probably given you, let me look up his career. I'm gonna say what, 18 points again? What's his
Something like
career
no,
at?
but if he would have had, he's like in the same thing with LeBron. Like they play a certain amount of years, but no rings to show. So he has the stats, he has the accolades. If that,
Okay, so for his career, CP averages 14.7 points a game,
was bad.
4 rebounds, 10 assists.
Oh, okay.
So he's a player. This is who I think CP3 is. You all can tell me, JD, and people in the chat room comment box. You can tell me what you think. CP3 is a player who's come out and done just this: 15 points a night, through 10 assists, grabbed 4 rebounds. Not really been hurt a lot in his career. Then he had a knee surgery.
Hmm.
Then he came back from that. He played with some players with the Clippers. He played with players here and there. Now he's with the Phoenix Suns. But he's done just those numbers when he hits the court. And so you do that over a long period of time. Now he's had the privilege. I'm pretty sure he's worked for this. So I'm not going to take that away from him. He has worked to get himself in condition. We all know that Chris Paul, 2-3 years ago, he lost a bunch of weight. He changed. He openly talked about how he changed his diet. He's done certain things to be where he is right now on the court. But he's done this over a long period of time. So then when you look at his numbers, you're like, man, his numbers are crazy. He has to be. When we got into this conversation about who's a top point guard,
Hmm.
I'm not talking about Chris Paul in that conversation. That's just not me. It's not coming up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't say that. I'm telling you, it's the same thing with LeBron and Chris Paul career for what they are, position wise. They're neck and neck. But what sets LeBron away is the rings.
That's right. He won.
Individual.
He won. Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
And he
So
has
now,
showed up in
you know,
big games. Like when he was with Miami and stuff. Even if they lost to Dallas, LeBron came back, showed up.
yeah, it's like it sucks because you're this great player and then you don't got a ring.
Well, even now
Okay,
with the Lakers, all right. Even now with the Lakers is not good, right? But LeBron is still trying to show up. I mean, he's had games this year that's like, you really 19 years in the league, you're doing that amount of scoring because he doesn't really have.
Somebody to help him. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But man, what a time! I feel bad for Chris Paul now is just like too late. Too bad, Chris Paul.
Oh well. Let's go Celtics. Trevor's on the Celtics. Huh? The Reverend says, "This is what a hobby is healthy. Cars is no longer for nerds. It is a real business and an investment option." I agree with that. I can remember being on the South Side as a kid. As many places in America. It's not just South Side of Chicago. With children, I've said this before. Other kids in the classroom ask me, "Hey, what did you do this weekend?" I'm like, nothing. Now I may have just met Jim Brown, and Ernie Banks, and Pete Rose.
Oh,
I remember when I was young and I met Yogi Berra, talked to him for a little bit, got his autograph. Now I didn't tell the kids that in school because when I did start talking about collecting the autographs, it was like joke time. Man, that's what you're doing. It was joke time.
yeah,
But now I
I
think
want.
younger people see the benefit of things, and people are talking about this. And I'm at shows that young people tap me on the shoulder and it's talking to me about rolling with FD and different stuff, and they want to show me their cars, and I love having those conversations.
Yeah, no, I agree. I even at work now, people be like, "How's your card stuff going?" Because some people knew about it when I started from where I was at to where I'm at now, and they're like, a lot of people are interested. I mean, I don't like to tell everybody at work, but like people that like ask me, they're like, "Wow, you guys are really like, serious." And I was like, "It's not even a nerdy thing because it's about sports." I was like, "This is another way of like investing in a player per se." Right? It's fun. It makes it more interesting. And people are just like, well, it's cardboard. I was like, it's more than cardboard for me. Like, I'm able to invest or like follow my favorite player. It's more to it because now, like, I watch Kyrie. If he does well, it goes up. LeBron wins another championship, it goes up. Like, his stock goes up as long as, like, cars are just like another way of going to the Hall of Fame. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Right? They're value. So, I mean, it all makes sense, but I don't know. People say it's nerdy. I don't think it's nerdy. I
No,
think
not
it,
anymore. No, no,
I don't.
no.
I never thought it was. I never. Now at one point, it's just like you like sports. This is another way of getting into sports
Yeah, I
more
think
deep.
people are starting to see that. And Fanatics is going to do things to
Yeah, they're
bring
gonna
more
put.
to people.
Yeah,
Yeah, so more people can see that. Dex Flow. So JD, now let's talk about this, right? What do you think about this FJD stuff?
that's pretty cool.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I can feel it.
I think
FJD, get hyped. Luca versus Tatum NBA Finals. The winner gets best under 25 Euro player in the world. So now
it's
Dex Flow, let's pump our brakes, right? Luca Tatum in the finals. What are we
man,
talking about here?
they're making the finals. I don't see them losing to the Heat unless the
No,
Heat.
I mean you think Dallas is gonna be Golden State? There's a lot
Uh,
being said here right now about Dex Flow.
I'm not gonna live in the moment. Just go because Dallas is blowing out Phoenix at their home court. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
see
live in.
Dallas beating Golden State, people. I don't see it.
It's
Is not because of
a-
anything but looking at basketball.
It's not even close because
See
Golden
that?
State have 3, 4 players that could just boom.
Please don't think Dinwiddie is about to come out here and be hitting 7 threes. Come on, people.
Man, y'all
You
gotta
know
stop
this.
because at the end of the day, they can't stop. I don't know why, but they're not gonna be able to stop Curry, Poole, Clay. That
I think we'll
small
look back on it and we'll probably say Memphis was the roughest matchup for
man.
Golden State.
Memphis wasn't even that good. Don't give them too much credit, FD.
They're not.
Stop.
They're not.
The, only, the team that's gonna give Golden State the hardest time is themselves. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
I agree with
'Cause
that.
they should win. They should go all the way. Like only way if they don't play sloppy basketball like they're accustomed to
Just think
doing,
about the other night, right? They had, what was it, 16, 17 turnovers?
that's how they play. That's why it gets
But
them.
but, but think about it, they only had 8 turnovers with
That's what
that
I'm saying.
game.
But most of the time, they win games when they turn the ball over like that, which is crazy because their
Mhm.
shooting makes up for their turnovers. If you guys watch a Golden State game, like not consistently because they're not always on, but the way they play them on national TV, they turn the ball over. They have sloppy plays every time just because they know it's too easy for them. It's too easy. Like
I mean,
when that
against Memphis, they were just pushing and rushing the ball. One thing we gotta put out there, right? Jordan Poole has to stop turning the ball over.
but that's because of his age though. But I'll take it.
Man, he has to stop turning the ball over, man.
I know, but he's got to learn. He's got to learn the hard way, and this is the best way for him to learn.
It's just like watching the game. It's like gut wrenching. Like this guy's just doing moves, and the bounce pass to himself is just like getting ripped. Like, come on, man.
But this is the best way to learn. Like he can't. Okay, let's say it's the best time to do it because Clay and Steph and Dre could cover his mistakes.
And another thing about Jordan Poole, right? And this is not a diss on Jordan Poole because I like the way he plays basketball. The stuff on the bench with Memphis, I got the ball. Someone else, Jaren Jackson, somebody's trying to Bane is trying to strip the ball, and then Jordan Poole's approaching their bench. Like I know somebody is pulling him to a side and be like, "Hey, man, we're a championship team, right?
Yeah, we're not that.
Well, we don't have to do the gritty off the court after we put them out the playoffs."
Yeah, I mean, I think your actions speak louder than your words. So you beat him, but you beat him. You game. Like that's why Ja. Like I don't know how you feel about this, but Ja just going on social media.
I don't understand all that, man. Somebody said the other day he's on social media more than KD and anybody else put together.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, Ja. Like, and then him talking to Curry after that game. Like his image, like I wouldn't say like I like that he's confident. It's borderline kind of arrogant in the sense just because like you haven't won anything.
But this is just my thing, right? And this is in general. And I know we're in a different generation, and I know stuff is more instant now, right? Okay, so was Ja Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, he won. Because Zion was out.
Okay, so Ja was Rookie of the Year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He made his first All-Star team this year, but he didn't start.
Yeah.
And he was a late substitution.
Yes, he didn't make the cut.
Oh, that's right. So, okay, so they made the playoffs, right?
Yes, without him playing.
Ja didn't finish the series.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now? Like, what are we talking about?
Why are you dancing? Why are you on social media talking about next?
I don't understand that.
That's why I'm just like, man.
I mean, people may say, well, what about when they had social media back when like Magic started? What would he have done when Bird started? What would he have done when Michael Jordan started and Hakeem? What would they have been doing?
Yeah,
but I don't think I'll ever understand how we celebrate greatness before we become greatness.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I'm like, come on, Ja. And then Nike talking about Nike wants to give him his own shoe. I'm like, what has he done?
Oh, he's gonna get his own shoe.
But he doesn't. Man, I just feel like Ja is just. He thinks he's on top of the world when he hasn't done anything. Right? You know what I mean?
He has a lot. He has a lot of talent. You don't see a lot of players like him.
Is it talent or is it athleticism? Which one is it, FD? What do you think it is?
I'll give him like he's working on his jump shot. I can see that. He's trying to add some other attributes to his game. I can see that. But I just want you to go ahead and add them, and then let's see what you do, and then go from there.
Let me ask you real quick. Who has more talent right now from year 1 and year 2? Edwards or Morant? Morant. Just because of like, they're both athletic, but did you see the leaps Edwards jumped from year 1 to year? The jump shot?
And I'm still shocked. And people out there know I don't own a lot of Edwards stuff, right? So it's not like I'm talking from. I know you do. I'm just not like I'm talking from my collection, but I'm still shocked at his card prices.
Yeah, his silver PSA 9's low, but you know why, right? Because everybody's getting their cards from PSA. There's more. The pop's rising, so LaMelo's rising. Edwards, all these players that got drafted.
But you do know there are cards from LaMelo that are still the same card, same set. value more for LaMelo than Edwards.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, Ja, man, I don't know. I'm more of the once you lost, you just let it simmer.
But remember I said that small guards get hurt.
Get hurt. I agree. But it's just the way he plays. I mean, he jumping from trying to jump off the gym every time. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Is it skill or is it athleticism? Is it talent? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I will say
that's
this.
where you
I think if Ja develops a consistent outside jump shot with that same level of athleticism, if he needs to tap that, it's gonna be a problem for people.
I'm telling you, and Edwards is already there. He's almost there. He's hitting threes at a good rate.
He has to get out of Minnesota though, right? He can't waste his career with Cat now.
Yeah, Cat don't got it. He's not a dog. He's a cat.
He can't be running around with Patrick Beverly talking about, this guy's great.
The most vocal player can't be the worst player. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't. Your best player should not.
You can't be rolling around with D'Angelo Russell, who has 25 one night and 7 points the next.
0. Yeah, your worst player is talking the most. Like, that cannot happen.
But you let Edwards get around a big man and get around some other players, man.
I'm telling you, I'm high on him. Just the way he plays, the way he carries himself. But we'll see because they're both in the same category in sense. But Edwards is. I'm
excited though. I'm excited to see what Ja does going forward.
Me too.
It's just, I think my commentary is bigger than Ja Morant. It's just about how do you become great, but humble yourself while doing it, and let other people tell you that you're great.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a lost art.
I think it's the people in his camp are just telling like, oh yeah, you're the best. You're him. You're that guy now. Like the league is yours, and that's how it feels. And there's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself.
No, you have to if you want to go to the next level. You have to.
We'll see. I mean, I love Ja, but I just think everybody's just hyping him up too much for me right now.
All right, so Sylvester. So Tom said, "What's up? What's up, Tom? Evening, gents." Sylvester said, "What he did at OKC before he went to Phoenix made people respect him a lot."
Oh yeah, they were supposed to be in the playoffs that year. FD. I know that you're talking about CP. He wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to take Houston to 7 games in the first round.
What did he do in OKC? What was spectacular?
They made the playoffs, but I'm just saying like they weren't projected to be in the playoffs that year. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what everybody's saying.
Okay.
You want me to? What year is this? 2020? 2020 OKC. Yeah, was it 2019?
Let's see what he did with OKC. Let me refresh my memory, Sylvester. What did he do with OKC? So he was in OKC 1 year, right?
1 year.
He averaged 17 a game, almost 18.
2019. It was 2018, 19 FD. Bubble year.
Yeah, it was a bubble year, right?
Yeah. So this is who they had on their team. Let me break it to you. They got Steven Adams. There's Baisley, Luke Dort, Terrence Ferguson, Gallinari, SGA, Chris Paul, Andre Robinson, Roby Isaiah, Dennis Schroeder. What do you think? Where do you think they should have ended that year? Like, do you think they should have made the play? What was their record? And I mean, guess their record and tell me if this was.
I don't know their record. But what was their record?
44-28.
Okay.
They were 5th in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, Western Conference 5th.
44-28.
Yes.
That's a 61% winning percentage. Okay.
A high 68, high 60s.
Okay. So.
I can see why.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying that's pretty. They were not supposed to get there. They almost beat Houston. Can you imagine they would have beat Houston? And this is prime.
So he almost beat Houston. Then he went to Houston.
No, he got traded from Houston, something like that. I forgot what happened. I don't know how that happened. I honestly don't know how that happened.
I still remember when
he got traded from
Rondo,
Houston.
Remember when Rondo was with the Lakers?
Oh yeah, when they hit him,
he got into the.
when they had that brawl with Ingram and all of them.
Yeah, keep going. Let me see if I can find this fight. Hold on.
Yeah, I remember. Because Chris Paul was messed up. He pointed in his face, put his hand in his face, and
And then
Rondo's not about.
Rondo spit some sweat on him.
Yeah, then Brandon Ingram came out of nowhere and gave him that long.
Nowhere. England just wanted to swing.
Yeah, he was from half court and that punch landed. Those long arms.
Just wanted to swing. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. All right. Can you see this one?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
So fat. Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt.
Oh, we got commercial.
Look at Nate.
Let's just watch this, people.
Foul by Ingram. Do they count it? No. They said the foul occurred before the gather, and he never put the ball back down. And I think another technical foul's been handed out. Now
Ingram's talking to the ref.
It's like he's confronting Jason Phillips.
Ron's looking at. Let's see. Conversation going on.
I'm not sure what happened.
Ingram was usually pretty mild-mannered. It's hot now. Paul punches a throw. Paul and Rondo throwing punches. Ingram comes in. He's throwing punches. Security trying to separate some of the teammates. There's going to be suspensions for this one as Rondo immediately heads back to the locker room.
Fast forward.
And Ingram gets in the face of Jason. You know what? I think it was hard behind Jason Phillips. That's why he went that way.
But why did he push him to start with?
Thing in the face.
Paul gets in the face. Rondo throws a punch. Paul throws a punch. Ingram comes in here.
So when I think of Chris Paul, it's like probably the third thing that comes to my mind.
Let me read this to you real quick.
Go ahead.
The 64 win Suns being down 30 in a game 7 to the underman fourth seed Mavs after being up 2-0 is one of the greatest humblings in NBA history. Jason Kidd's a hell of a coach, went down 0-2, made the adjustments, changed the offense, completely neutralized Paul and Booker, and got everybody else back in rhythm. The fact that Booker and TP had a combined 3 points at the half is unacceptable. The Suns got. Woo, the Suns.
So people talking about Luka's car values going up.
His car value.
What are people thinking about Booker right now?
Oh man,
And Booker's talked a lot of trash to Chris Paul. I mean to Luka in this series.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All right, so we got a question here from Baker Boy. Maybe now FT will believe the Kardashian curse. How did the Kardashians play a role? Was that Booker?
Yeah, Booker's with Kendall.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't keep up with that. Maybe it's true. I don't know.
Man, all I know is I'm buying Luka at the end of the off season. I don't know where my Luka. I have a gold Luka 10. I don't know where I have it. It's somewhere here, but
it's funny that nobody's talking about Dallas winning a championship
because they're not. But I'm saying it's a good run. But that just shows how good this guy Luka is. FD.
Expo. Let's go back to the Expo. Tell me who's going to win the finals. If Luka plays Tatum, who wins that?
Oh, Celtics. Not even close.
Really?
I think the Celtics got a chance. I could see the Celtics. Who's gonna stop Tatum and Brown?
Brown will, don't think one of them won't. Brown will fade away. Yeah, the situation's right.
The difference between all three of those players we named is that Luka could change. He changes the game with his passing and his distributing.
But the difference is Luka's been a professional since he was 16.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's why people come up to him like Booker trying to punk him out. You can't punk a guy. He was playing with grown men at 16.
That's like going a freshman in high school going against college players at 24.
Yeah, when I was a freshman in high school, man, coach asked me to play varsity football. Right, so I was 15 years old against guys that was 18. Luka was playing against grown men. 25, 30 plus at 16 years old. So if you're
And he-
booked and you run up talking, that's why you see Luka kind of look at him.
Yeah, like you're not. And then Luka's like, the defense in the NBA is not as.
And then you see him do this. Yep, just keep talking.
Man, I'm a big fan of Luka. I'm telling you, once they get knocked out, I'm all looking in because that guy is special. FD, special. He's doing stuff that LeBron kind of did back in the day. Nobody to help him get to the finals, make it this far. You're like, come on, man.
Well, this
guy-
person right here, though, is helping.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
And Reverend Rips is right on point. Brunson is about to get paid.
I'm just
Yeah,
excited.
when Luka got hurt, Brunson said, "You know what? I'm about to show people how I roll."
I think I have a rookie of him somewhere. I don't know, but man, I'm just excited. Luka, Luka is just amazing.
Demetrius Hughes says, "I miss when the hobby was just for nerds. Money ruins everything. Back to the purists."
We'll see. I think, but I think having this money flux and all this kind of helped the hobby grow too.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. And then, there's more dollars coming into the hobby.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy that I get it what people are trying to say, but it opened more eyes to different people jumping in because money talks at the end of the day.
Yeah, money talks and certain things walk, right? That's how the saying goes, right? Uh-oh. We got a final, people. 123-90.
That's crazy.
Mavericks scored 31 points in the fourth. Suns tried to make a run. They scored 40 in the fourth. What destroyed the Suns is that they scored 17 in the first and 10 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's not gonna get it done. See? That's definitely not gonna get it done. So
Santa Claus came early, people. Santa Claus.
yeah, Cancun on 3.
Cancun on 3. They huddled up afterward. Cancun on 3.
Both of the teams from the finals are not even making to the conference finals, so they're out. See you guys next year. So good. There hasn't been a back-to-back team in years. I think the last team that did it was the Lakers. Oh no, I'm lying. The Warriors did it a few years ago.
Yeah, I saw Michael Cooper on today. He said every championship they won with the Lakers, they never won back-to-back.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's wild.
All right, Sylvester Brown says Heat have home court and their coach is great. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Is Spo? Is he a great coach?
Yeah, man, and he's Filipino. I love. But
is Spo? Let's just say, is Spo a great coach?
Look at the. Okay, all right. Before I look at Dallas, when the Dallas show's coming up, hold on. Let me just look his resume up. They had
okay. Take off his resume when he played with LeBron, when he ran with LeBron and Wade.
Man.
Take that off his resume. Because JD, you and I could coach LeBron, Wade, and Bosh to a championship.
No. Oh, I was gonna say, don't say that because they can't even coach AD and LeBron right now. All right, hold on.
AD is,
Okay, let me just read it to you. So he's a two-time NBA champion. Oh, did he went back to back that year? I don't remember them going back to back.
I don't think he went back to back, did he?
Yeah, I think they went back to back.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not know that. The two-time NBA All-Star coach.
No, they did go back to back. They went 3 times, lost the first.
Yeah, and then Coach of the Year. He's top 15 coaches NBA history. Yeah, let's see what his wins are. Coaching career. I just want to look at the wins. Oh, here it is. So, hold on. So he is. Oh, that's not that good. 660 wins and 453 losses.
How many wins and losses did he have when LeBron, Wade, and Bosh were there?
Okay, so he only had he had 2 bad years. 2014 and 2018, and the rest. So out of only 2 years, he was under 500 overall in his career, which isn't bad.
I will give him. I think with this team and a team like 2 years ago when they went in the bubble, he's put in good work.
Well, yeah, the fact that they made the finals in the bubble run, remember? With Mr. Bubble.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know it's just one word. I just don't know if I'm calling Spo great.
He
But
93 and 61 in the playoffs. If he wins the title this year, he goes in that little he jumps in there. I mean, no, I mean I think he's great.
a
Maybe
title will help. A title will help. In order to win that title, he's going to have to play against some real greatness.
we'll see.
Does he have a great play? Does he have a great play on his team right now?
I guess Mr. Butler.
Okay. So then that we'll see how it stacks up. I respect Jimmy Butler a lot, man.
Yeah.
What he's been through in life and what he's done in the basketball court.
About him, Miss Love, what you collect. Remember she was talking about Butler in the beginning of the playoffs?
Mhm.
She said, "You don't sleep on my boy Butler," and look what happened. He led him to the conference finals. Man, because we're talking about kid Jimmy Butler lead his team to the finals, whatever, and you and me both said no. And Love What You Collect was like, nah.
We
Don't
still
sleep.
don't know if he's going to lead the team to the finals.
He led him to the conference. That's still
Yeah,
good.
He did.
That's crazy. She knew what she was talking about from the beginning of the playoffs.
I had a comment here. A couple of them. So Dexo says, JFD, I might be the only one that sees David Robinson in 8. Yeah, I think you are the only one.
I don't even know how they started comparing him to people.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe two tall people. I don't see any comparison between David Robinson and 8.
He doesn't even score at a high rate for me. He doesn't do anything defensively that goes, oh wow. I mean, I like him, but I wouldn't.
People are forgetting who David Robinson was before Tim Duncan showed up.
Oh, David Robinson was a monster, top 50 player.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know, but I respect your point. Just don't know about that. Then there was another comment here. You talk about Ja Morant, but what has Booker done? I don't think. Am I wrong? But I don't think people are talking about Booker like they are Ja.
Because Ja's more relatable. He's more in the media. He's more like doing things. He's more like active on social media.
But Sylvester, to keep it real, Booker hasn't done anything. You're not going to hear me talking about what Booker has done.
Booker's done more than Ja.
Oh, I would agree with that. But they both, in the grand scheme of things,
they're still the same player.
They're still climbing the ladder of success to get from good to great.
Look, let me tell you. Let me read this. 3-time All-Star, All-NBA rookie team, 3-point champion. That's it. That's Mr. Booker's resume so far.
Oh, that was something else. Sylvester says Ja is young. You can see him improve just in the series with him hitting 3-pointers. It's a different time. CP3 got OKC in the playoffs when people thought he was going to be terrible. Okay, for me, right? I mean, I'm just a guy here with an opinion, right? But CP3 taking OKC to the playoffs. Are you talking about that 20 years from now? 10 years from now?
Probably like a weird topic. Like, what team shouldn't make the playoffs and make the playoffs? But
it's like a trivia game, right?
Yeah, it's a trivia. It's definitely a Jeopardy game. Who maybe like teams that make what's supposed to make the playoffs for 500.
So Baker Boy says high expectations for Ja. He's only in the second year. He's doing well.
Third year.
Yeah, he's in the third year, but he's doing well, Baker Boy.
He is, but I'm saying like he's putting himself in that spotlight where we demand him to be excellent.
So next year, Ja's gonna have to finish the series.
He has to finish. Right. He has to finish. He has to make
playoffs. Got to finish the series.
He needs to make an All-NBA team. He needs to do all these things that he thinks he is. If
he should be a starter. He should be a starter in the All-Star game.
Well, I don't know now. We'll see. It's hard. It's hard to start in the All-Star game.
Very hard. Very hard. What else we got here? Houston traded CP3 for Westbrook that year. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Will FD be rolling to Dallas? One day. Eventually, one day.
Rolling to Dallas, FD. We got to go because people.
One day we will. I will say this: no later. Dallas is every 2 months.
July, September, November.
No, I'm going to the latest of beginning of next year.
Oh, you're going next year.
I think we'll be in that.
Okay, so the next show is going to be July 14th to the 17th, September 8th to the 11th, and November 3rd to the 6th. So
there's no show in September?
No, I'm sorry, September 8th to the 11th.
So July, September, November. Is there a show in? Are they talking about 2023 yet?
They haven't jumped onto it yet, but probably.
But last year, when was there a show?
I
Or
don't know.
beginning of 2022? Does it say that?
Yeah, January, first week of January.
That'd probably be a January, March,
Every other month.
May show. Yeah.
So September and July. What's July looking like? It's my wife's birthday in July. So I might be able to do July. We'll see.
Dexter, I appreciate you. Adam, appreciate you. Sin City, what's up, man? Luca is a beast. Oh, and what's up with them Heat, baby? So now, right after the Sin City says this, Love What You Collect comes with Let's Go Heat.
I told you she's watching.
So Love What You Collect. Let's break this down. Are the Heat winning the championship?
I don't know. I'm not down. I'm not saying anything. Last time we said something, they end up winning the making conference finals. So I'm gonna stay quiet. I don't want to jinx it.
I want to hear what Love What You Collect thinks. Right? Hopefully she's still here. Sylvester, look at what he done for LeBron after LeBron left. He got the Heat to the East Conference Finals 2 of the last 3 years.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really started respecting Spo when he had that confrontation with Butler in little at halftime.
Yeah, he didn't step down for Mr. Butler at all.
That's right, Baker boy. Ayton and David Robinson, just two tall people. Man. That's the only comparison I can make between them. Sin City says, I'm calling it now. Heat and Golden State in the finals. Okay. All right. All right. Because Boston and the Heat is going to be a defensive matchup. Like both of those teams play good defense. Be interesting to watch that. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Are you talking about Ayton? What are we talking about? Are you talking about Baker boy? Let me know what you're talking about. Are you talking about Sin City's comment on Golden State and the Heat? Let's see. FJD Roman Reigns is a top WWE wrestler now headed for Hollywood. How is he not a must buy right now? He's The Rock's cousin also.
Oh man, I don't know because when I watch wrestling, I was watching clips because I was buying like some WWE stuff earlier this month, and the way he just talks on the microphone is like hard to watch. He's not a natural, you know. He's not like The Rock or like Randy
Well,
Orton.
people got to realize, right? The Rock has a personality that is
Rock-
very hard to duplicate.
He has the word charisma in him. Like he could walk in the room and everybody want to talk to him because that's charismatic, man.
Yeah, when
Like,
he raises that eyebrow and starts looking around and how you put it's just
stuff was on the go, right? Did you know that? Like most of his stuff was like he just made it like that.
I believe that.
I believe it too.
Man, he was around the sport. His father was in the sport. His father was dominating. You
He's
see
just
pictures of The Rock at like 8, 10, 12 years old.
he's just good at what he do. Like he's just good at.
Because who would have thought that someone would come around with more personality than Hulk Hogan?
The Rock. Wait, you said who?
Who would have thought that? I wouldn't have thought that.
I don't even think anybody has more personality than The Rock right now.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, Baker boy, 3rd year, man. Job's about to enter his 4th year. And he's doing Hulu commercials. Yeah. He's got a new shoe coming out. Yeah, Paul says because 80% of the fans still dislike Reigns. Mm-hmm. Love What You Collect. Love What You Collect is laughing. All right. I have the Heat versus the Warriors in the finals. Let's put it on the board. I lean towards the Heat if Bam and Tyler ball out. Tyler's not balling now. But we've seen what Hero has done in this year's playoffs. And I said this to people during Hero's rookie year. Like, you know, Jimmy's going to do his thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's going to do his thing. That's not you can not stopping Jimmy Butler. But Bam and Tyler.
I love him, man. I love him.
What has Tyler Hero done in this year's playoffs?
Not enough.
Let's see what he's done. See if I can find this. Where is Tyler Hero? Playoff stats. I'm gonna call like 15 points a game. What do you think?
Let me see. Mr. Hero. Tyler Hero.
Oh man. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Oh man, he only hit 20 points. He only hit 20 points twice in the playoffs so far. Twice. 15, 24, 3, 16, 25, 18, 14, 11, 10, 10, 10. And he's shooting 45% from the field. That's not good.
He scored 37 points in 4 games.
Oh yeah, I see that too. Yeah, that's not good.
Tyler Hero is not balling out. I just don't see that. I could be wrong, but we'll see. If he doesn't play well,
But their defense is always going to keep them in the game. Like they're just able to slow people down. Like yeah, they could go like a few minutes without scoring, but man, their defense holds them down. Literally holds them down.
okay. So Love, she has Heat versus Warriors. I like this. I like the. I think all 4 teams are going to be good teams, and it's going to be interesting to see how they play and get there. No one is going to give anybody anything. So we saw that in the last series, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's. I hope Golden State's not walking around thinking somebody's going to give them something because Klay Thompson's on the team and Curry's on the team. It's not happening. People out here playing ball. Sylvester Boston, being a starter in the All-Star game, is more based on popularity and talent. James Harden didn't deserve it this year.
Well, you could say that, but I mean, you got to be able to be balling to be put on the map.
I love. Look at Sin City over here. I love what you collect. You already know. The Miami Heat love. I like that.
We'll see.
Mikey, I was just on Whatnot live auctions and could not believe how much Funko Pops went for $1K plus. I've seen some Funko Pops in person, $500, $750. If they're low print run and popular, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jim Dog said KRS-One is his favorite rapper.
I used to love. I love KRS from back in the day.
Jim Dog, let me know. Are you on the East Coast?
Or he has to be, man. Only East
Are
Coast.
you in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, DC, or anywhere in between?
You know who's my favorite like hip hop group?
Who?
A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yeah,
Midnight Marauders, FD.
yeah, man. I was in college.
I was like, what? This was back in the 90s? They made this music back in the 90s?
Very nice. Nothing like it. Adrian, Randy Macho Man Savage become more popular than Hulk Hogan in my mind.
Nah, because Hulk Hogan's in movies. He's everywhere.
Yeah, Macho Man is more popular. And then Macho Man is no longer with us, so I think that affects popularity overall. Celtics in 6. Love what you collect. Sin City, what you think about that?
Celtics in 6.
I'm gonna stir the pot. Sin City already came back. Miami's bench is too deep.
They are. That's what I'm saying. Their defense is just. And they got that. They have a dog in Mr. PJ. I'm telling you, they're able to switch. If Lowry comes back too, oh man, defensively they're gonna be able to hold. They're gonna hold their own. FD.
Warriors versus the Heat in the finals. Now, see, this is what I've been thinking for a while now. Curry will finally get his Finals MVP. I think Curry is going to get a Finals MVP this year.
We'll see.
And then he's going to silence a lot of people.
He's going to silence me too. I will see.
Now, think about his resume with a Finals MVP attached to it.
His resume is in you don't even need to read it, FD. His resume is like.
I was about to. I mean, we can read it because there's some people out there that's like, well, I don't know.
I don't want to read it. Don't read it. But I'm just saying.
I don't really know. If anybody chimes in and says they want to hear the resume, we'll read it off.
I don't want to hear the resume. Please, I don't want to hear it. He's already. Everybody's talking about if he wins, he's top 4 or top 5 player if he wins the title.
Well, I know somebody that has him at 9 right now.
Who? You? Oh yeah, you got him. Man, Curry, man. I'm telling you, if he wins, it's his era, not LeBron's. Say that right now.
I think history will say this. I can't say it. I think history will say that LeBron kicked it off, and Curry is probably going to be talked about in the 2010s, and he's going to be a part of the conversation in the 2020s, breaking records. If he wins the finals, if he's a final.
The last 6 years he owned half the decade. Then.
Oh yeah, LeBron's going. But think about what LeBron was doing at the beginning of the decade.
Well, who won? Kobe started it off, then Dirk, and then LeBron, then Spurs, then Spurs, and then LeBron, and the Warriors, then LeBron, then Warriors, Kawhi.
And what the battle was is when they played each other.
Oh, Curry has a nod.
The torch was being passed, though.
Yeah, who would have thought Curry would have been the torch would have passed to Curry? Right?
Why would you think not? Who was it going to pass to?
KD, Giannis.
I think KD had a chance until Kyrie Irving talked to him into going to Brooklyn. And
I wish he would. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened.
You do realize, I'm going to talk to a Kyrie fan. You do realize that KD's entire legacy has changed.
Oh, well, we'll see next year, FD. We got one more year in the bag. Well, wait. The Kyrie fans are waiting patiently for next year, so we'll see. They got to make a move next year. They got to make a run next year. They can't get bounced out.
Who are they adding to that team, though, JD?
I don't know. They're talking. I don't know. Yeah, FD, we're not in
They have to add somebody to that team.
I think. Well, it helps when Gary Harris and Simmons comes back. It helps supposedly. They get more size, but I don't know. I heard they're gonna get rid of Drummond and then add somebody. I don't know. We'll see what happens because they got Philly's first round pick this year. So we'll see.
Well, I would get rid of Drummond. Would you get rid of Drummond?
I would get rid of Drummond too. What do he got? What do he have to offer? A lot of nothing.
Adrian says I met Macho Man a couple times in the 80s. Me and my friends started backyard wrestling in the 80s. Very cool. Very cool. Baker Boy, did Luka beat Suns on his own?
Nah.
I wouldn't say on his own.
Jason Kidd helped out a lot. You know?
But Dinwiddie, the trade with Dinwiddie, bringing Dinwiddie in, Luka's not beating the Suns without Dinwiddie.
Well, even without
Hurt and Brunson getting some confidence.
No, and then what's that boy's name? Dorian Finney-Smith had a great game too.
Oh yeah, he's a nice player. He's a nice player.
All these teams that won, it was because more of the role players stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
Grant Williams, Dinwiddie. Who did the Suns? There's somebody in the Suns that played big, but a lot of these teams that are advancing, their role players won them a game. And that's what you need, especially in a 7-game series. Mm-hmm. There's not a player anymore that could win you 4 games by themselves. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. There's not a player like that anymore.
So Adrian says with the wrestling that he used to watch events in Portland, Oregon, and get behind the scenes access. I bet you've met some people. Mervin, New Jersey, stand up. Okay. All right. Baker Boy, remember Immature Hip Hop Band?
What is that?
Hip hop group. Immature. Were they children? Immature.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, they weren't really. Were they hip hop or did they sing? Because this is what Omarion came from. I think they did more singing. I recently rewatched Suburban Commando. I can't believe I used to love that movie. Never heard of Suburban Commando. You heard of this, JD?
I don't even know what that is. Suburban Commando. It's like a commando, like a military movie.
Oh, this is Hulk Hogan. Oh, I've never seen this. Hulk Hogan.
This is back in '91. Sheesh.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Maybe hit you with a barbed wire bat, like back in the day, yeah. Hero gets so much hate, but God can play. Yeah, he can play. It's just about being consistent. So you get through with the hype of, yeah, this is a great player. and people saying, "Oh, he's good, he's doing this," then you got to be consistent when the lights on. And I think that's the test for everybody that's come through the NBA, going to the playoffs. Right? People fail to realize that if I say Sidney Moncrief, anybody getting excited out there?
Who?
Sidney Moncrief.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. That's what people are probably going to say about Tyler Hero 20, 30 years from now. I don't know who that is. But if you look at Sidney Moncrief, when Michael Jordan was coming through, he had to get past Sidney Moncrief before he ever got to Detroit, before he ever got to any other team. Look up Sidney Moncrief's stats, people.
I don't know who that is.
There's so many players in the NBA who have been ballers, but certain things didn't happen in their career. And then people nowadays don't even know about them.
Sydney? How do you spell Sydney Moncrief?
Sidney Moncrief. Let me hit you with some stats, man. Averaged 16 points for his career game. Played from 1979 to 1991. He retired for a year and then came back. So really played, 10 seasons. Shot 50% from the field. Back then, a lot of people were not shooting threes. He still shot almost 29% from three-point line. He was a player with Milwaukee. See, the Bulls had to go through Milwaukee before they could start doing anything else with any other team. And Milwaukee was controlling the conference, man, for years. So you look at a player like this who averaged 16 points a game for 10 years. That sounds like a lot of players today. But most people don't know who Sidney Moncrief is. Now, if you're from Chicago and you came through when I came through, everybody knows who Sidney Moncrief is.
Well, you had a good career.
Test for young Bulls teams before they could go anywhere else. You got to get through Milwaukee, who's dominating first.
Yeah.
And Sidney played great defense.
Yeah, he made four NBA All NBA defensive teams 4 years in a row. So,
he was a defensive player, bro. He was a defensive player.
That's crazy.
So when people talk about like Tyler Hero, it's like, I mean, it is what it is. But let's not act like everybody who's running around is like about to be a legend.
But I think it's different because now the time we're in, social media.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
It's all hyped up.
Yeah, because
like,
if we had social media back in the 80s, the Cindy Mr. Moncrief will probably be more coveted, or more people praise him more.
Yeah.
But
so this is why, like, I got like a little mixer, right? So when we drop people like Giant and Booker and other people, I've seen players over time that started their career a certain way, maybe got an injury, their career ended another way. Like in modern day basketball, you can look at Derrick Rose. He's a player that started a certain way. Derrick Rose will never be the same player. Right? And then when you get into, do you jump from 2 feet? Do you jump from 1 foot? And if you have a knee injury, and is this your left foot or your right foot? What are you jumping off of? And if you have a significant injury to your lower extremities or something, that affects your whole game. But most people look at basketball, they don't see it like that.
That's true.
And this is why players, you'd be like, man, what happened to that player? Because they had a significant injury. Something happened to them.
That's true.
So I just hope that Ja can go on with his career, be a great player. But when people say, man, calm down, Ja's only in his third year. You know how many players I've seen in their third year, in their fourth year, in their fifth year? And then you'll ask a question later, like, do you know so-and-so? Like, nope, don't even know that person. Because they get lost in the annuals of NBA past.
Yep, exactly.
And that's how it works. Greek KRS-One, he said in an interview that every year he writes a diss track for every rapper who are in the top 10. That's the GOAT. KRS-One is he's special. I mean, he's definitely special. Adrian just saying he was more popular than Slim Jim jerky snacks. Yeah, I know. Macho Man was much more than that. I love seeing you picking up them Fire Comics FD. Let me pull this out for my people here. Hold on here. Let me
So
see.
it's the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Verse. But let me see if I can pull out this old school. And we'll probably talk about this in a minute. Hold on here. I'll be right back, man.
After you gotta go get the guns. Brandon Roy. All right, let's see. Oh, I can't jump into comments. Let me see. I can't click them. So one of them was Bernard King. Kevin Johnson was a killer for a couple seasons, which is true. Jermaine O'Neal was a solid player. Jermaine O'Neal was super solid. What else we got? Said Carter paved the way for high flyers, which is true as well.
Think about Kevin Johnson.
He was good. He was solid.
Really solid back in that. Even before Charles Barkley got there, man. He was averaging like 20 points a game. Think about Ron Harper. Let's just start going through some players. It's off the top of the dome, right? Ron Harper with the Cleveland Cavaliers back in the day.
I didn't know he played for the. I didn't even know he played for the Cavs.
He was a baller, bro. He
Yeah,
averaged 20 points a game, through assists. He was a baller. So when you look at him with the Lakers, and you look at him with the Bulls, he's tapping back into something yesterday past, man. That's why he can come into a game, and if somebody gets into foul trouble, he can become a spark of offense because that's who he used to be. Nobody talks about Mark Price anymore.
Oh, Mark Price.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
He was solid too. I remember him.
Solid player. There's a bunch of players, man, you can name that they just didn't take him. Michael Jordan. When you mention the name Michael Jordan, he snatched playoff wins, finals appearances from a bunch of players. And he took rings from people that would have won rings. Patrick Ewing would at least probably have one ring. Charles Barkley may have one ring right now. Karl Malone may have one ring right now. He snatched all that from people.
That's true. That is 100%.
That's how it is, man. So, I hear a lot of stuff about modern day players. I can appreciate that. But just know that a lot of these players are not like you've never seen signs of that before. You've seen that before. Jerry Lowe? Am I saying that correct?
Jerry Lowe.
Sasha T signed my baby's forehead today at Big Rudy's card show.
Where's that at? Big Rudy's. Where's that? The show?
Do you have a picture of that? Love to see a picture of that. Kyrie has a player option. I said, do the Nets offer him a max? And if they do not, do you trade him? What do you think on that, JD? You think they're gonna give him a max deal?
No, I think he's gonna sign him for. I mean, what? You might as well just sign him long term. I mean, if not, what? I mean, I think he's gonna jump in on the last player option and just bet on me type season. Like, I'll show you, so you have to pay me. And that's what I'll do.
So this is the Spider-Man comic.
Oh, dang, that one's. Oh, yeah, dang, it's graded, right?
Graded. It's a 7. Let me get this right. It's a 7.
Sheesh.
It's Spider-Man 26. It's Steve Ditko did the cover art. Legendary artist.
That's nice.
It's Green Goblin's in this, as you can see. First appearance of Patch and the Crime Master, Nick Lewis. Like, I'm trying to get my comic game together, right? This represents probably. I was talking to my mom about this. When this came out, my mom was 16. She wouldn't care me telling her age, right? She was 16 years old. So we were going back in time talking about kind of what she was doing at this time and where comics were being sold. And we just had a conversation about that. This is cool to get some history on stuff. And you all know from watching the show, right? I'm all about what happened before I was born. Like when people tell me, hey, I don't know about that, I wasn't born yet. I try to challenge myself to get back into some history. This is part of it. Spider-Man 26 is kind of cool, right? And so recently I went and purchased Spider-Man 895, which is the beginning, the relaunch of the Spider-Man story. And Then I went into the comic book store the other day as well, I think yesterday, and
Mhm.
pre-ordered all the variant covers of Spider-Man 900 that's coming.
Wow.
So I want people out there to know, right? I know when you create content, you start thinking of different things to start talking about. Like my brother and I was seriously in the comic books years ago. I'm gonna be pulling some stuff out of storage in the next couple of months. I'm gonna be walking people through the comic books that I had growing up, the process of cleaning stuff. We're gonna sort what we want to start grading up front and then start sending stuff off to grade. Now we know that grading timelines takes a while to get stuff back, but this is gonna be the start of a process, man. So
That's right.
I'm excited. It'll be brings back a lot of memories. Going to the comic book store with my brother and looking at stuff. And it's gonna be like my son now, junior 6, right? I can remember picking up comic books before I was even 6, and a lot of that stuff we still have. So it'll be interesting to see.
It's crazy. It's gonna be like a full circle with Junior too when you do
Yeah.
when you go.
Yeah, I want him to be a part of this. I want him to be completely involved. So, like talking about content, right? So we put up JD, you were there with us. We put up the Burbank trade episode. I appreciate everybody that's watched that. I walk in and attempt to make some trades. I want to spoil it for people. I'm looking for a particular player at the time. And I want you all to know here too, right? I can be really critical of a player. It's because I want them to be great. Right? When I say something about Ja Morant, it's not because I'm hating on him. Ja Morant has a lot of damn talent, man.
Yeah.
He can do a lot. But I used to say the same thing about Allen Iverson. But you just didn't see Allen Iverson go to that next step. I want to see Ja doing it. So you see me going to Burbank and look for some cards of a particular player. I won't spoil it for you. But we get into some cool conversations just on the negotiation side, talking sports. The game is on, a playoff game at the time. And I always think when I go into those settings, and JD, I've talked to you about this, is that you go into a show now, and I can remember when G and I used to walk in and not know anybody in that room. Not at all. And now you can stand and like look left to right, and you look around, and you're like, I know people here. And I can remember names well and stories about people and different things. It's rewarding, man. It's like a blessing to be able to have met people, talked to them, heard their stories, and I'm humble. I was gonna be humble enough to know back in the day where I didn't even know JD. I was telling JD the other day.
Yeah,
It's a funny story. I remember the first time I looked on Instagram and I saw JD's first season at Burbank interviewing people. And I turned to April at the time and I said, this guy, I watched your interview and I was like, he asks good questions. Like, check this out. Like, check him out. He asks very good questions of people. And the interview went well. And I said to her, because we both knew at the time, like, that's not easy to do standing in Burbank. I want people looking at that to know that's not easy to do. And I'm not saying this because JD's here right now. This is what I said that day before I even knew him.
Yeah.
And then the first time we really talked was at a Burbank trade night.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And then speaking of, since we talk about content, the episode's dropping, I think, this week or next week. I'm not sure because I got to throw all of the Union Market stuff out. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
So maybe Friday. I'm aiming Friday or Monday. I got new episodes coming. We're not in Burbank. We're in Average Joe's, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And on our side, we have a little treat for people behind the scenes of that situation.
You guys have an idea how hard it is because we had people that remember at Average Joe's. People were there walking in and out, and so
business is being conducted while you're doing stuff. And I always think, like, after doing this for a little bit of time, because I haven't been doing it a long time, is that how can you concentrate and get stuff done when a whole bunch of stuff is happening around you? And I've heard some actors talk about that. I've heard some people that really have been doing stuff for a long time on the creative end. How do you get stuff done? Sometimes we may go out to shoot something. There's a birthday party going on. We went to a car show back in the day, and there was somebody cutting grass. Damn. How do you still get stuff done?
Yes, it's gotta have that mentality of you got that
You
goal.
gotta have the mentality. And I always think like you don't take yourself too seriously, right?
Mhm.
At least I don't. That's my recommendation to people.
Yeah.
Play with the situation that surrounds you, and then it turns out to be something classic, something you can look back on. Like, remember when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must make a boy. I must be old. Yep. There's just some things that just don't. And I think it's generational too, right? Because I can remember talking to my dad and some of his friends, and there was some stuff that was going on at the time that people really didn't. Like my father, right? We used to watch breakdancing. JD, you seen breakdancing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we used to watch breakdancing movies like in the 80s. And my father would always say, that won't last. And I'm like, why won't it last? Breakdancing was so cool. It was kind of linked with rap. He was like, well, over time, people are not going to be on the ground twirling around. And probably about a year or so after that, breakdancing kind of like faded away.
Uh-huh.
So there are some things that I think some people look at and they're like, I don't know about that. Make a boy. I love how Isaiah Thomas always comes up when we do a live, JD.
Isaiah.
Jordan had to pass Isaiah. Ooh, I could be on that for 30 minutes. Fine.
Good thing he didn't. I didn't want to.
I won't do it. Daniel Larson, Bernard King, yes. Immature Later IMX was an R&B group. Educate them, Demetrius. That's where Marcus Houston got his start, yes. Not really a hip-hop. Kevin Johnson was killer for a couple of seasons. He was, Larson. I'm telling you. Sylvester Boston. Sidney was a great player for the Bucks. They just couldn't ever beat Boston. That's actually true. And he didn't have as much help as he probably should have gotten. And at the time, players didn't bounce around. So you could say, well, I didn't see the Malcrease go to another team. Didn't work like that. Daniel, Jermaine O'Neal was a solid player too. He was. After he got off the bench as a young player, he was a great player. I think Jermaine O'Neal probably doesn't get talked about enough. He was a very good player. Make sure I'm not missing any comments here. We're behind some. Adrian, in those days, we were elementary school ages and was just wanting to see the whole show. Talking about times before the backstage area became part of the show. That's wrestling show knowledge right there. Hero. Carter paved the way for 5 Flyers. Irvin paved the way for Flyers. Remember Brandon Roy? I do. Bad injuries took him out. He was a phenomenal player. Phenomenal player. I loved him a lot. Paul, thoughts on 91 Premier Rap Pack, NWA, and Ice Cube? You can get 3 letters, 9 to 10.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna look that up too.
Check that out. Kevin Johnson was basically AI before AI. Undersized, scoring. I agree with all that. AI was still just athletically on a different level. Hero 3, when Ron went to the Bulls, the monsters took his powers. No, he had a lot of injuries, people. Ron Harper had a lot of injuries.
Knee, right? He had a knee injury.
Yeah, he had a lot. Big up to the host, Rolling with FD, Adrian. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Daniel KJ had hops too for us as he did. Adrian Rolling with FD, 100%. Appreciate you. Stan Lee signed. Yes. My first Stan Lee signed comic. Hyped about it.
That's valuable.
I feel like I got a great deal. And the crazy thing about it is, whenever I see a sticker price, I always ask the question, can I get something off of that?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And it was taken the correct way, too. There's nothing wrong with that. Adrian, Jordan won the Defensive Player of the Year award, the GOAT on both sides of the ball. Now, just think about it. Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year when he led the league in scoring. Now, I want everybody to wrap their heads around that right quick. No one's doing that today.
No, it's not even close.
No one's doing that. That means you're on both sides of the ball, exerting yourself, dominating. It's not happening. Hero 3, for Irvin depends on the mayor. If I'm the Nets, I'm trading. If you have a Democratic mayor, the guy will play better defense on Irvin than any player. Interesting take there. Daniel, I love me some Mitch Richmond back in the day. I love Mitch Richmond with Sacramento. I had the privilege. Let me see if I can pull up this picture. I had the privilege of meeting Rich Richmond one day.
You met him?
Yeah, he and I both met him. See, when you don't eat meat, man, we were at a plant-based spot getting something to eat.
Uh-huh.
Mitch Richmond, here we go. Mitch Richmond comes in.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I loved this guy growing up, man. The way he played ball. So we started talking a little bit about when he played with Kobe and Shaq. And if you watch the finals, when they win, Shaq comes up, gives Rich Richmond a ball. Or he definitely comes up and tells him, we won this one for you. I think he gives him a ball as well. But he, we talked about that just for a little bit. He was with his children, so I try not to take a lot of his time. Mitch Richmond. Now, see, we got Sylvester coming with some knowledge here. We got Sidney Moncrief, Ricky Pierce, who was also a good player. Terry Cummings was from Chicago. Marquise Johnson, Paul Presley. They just could not beat the Celtics. At one time, control the Central Division. I'm telling you, the Bulls had to represent themselves versus Milwaukee to start doing anything. Irvin would end up on the Rockets. Interesting. Quote unquote, to be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. Cicero. Demetrius, right on point, bro. I have to always challenge myself to get into comic books, music. I can't tell you, man. There was a time in my life that the only music I listened to was before I was born. We started talking about Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave, everything that happened with Motown, James Brown, CCR, Rolling Stones. I just can't name as much stuff that I was listening to that was all before FD, start doing this thing. Love me some comics. Still have a weekly pull list from the bench. You keep that weekly pull list. Ja needs to learn a mid-range jumper. I think he will, Daniel Larson. I think he will. At least I'm hoping so. Then that just opens him right up. Hero 3 makes sense with your LeBron comments, FD. Yeah. Well, I try not to go too deep into LeBron, but
Don't get him started.
He's another player that I wish a lot for. I want him to do his thing. I think when people hear me somewhat being critical, you think I'm being critical? No, it's because I love the game, man. I love the player. You are critical on Isaiah Thomas. I have no words for Isaiah Thomas.
Don't get him.
No words for Isaiah Thomas. If you grew up in Chicago, you pull any person from Chicago aside that's a Bulls fan from the 80s and the 90s, and you start talking about Isaiah Thomas. It's not. I would add 5 years to his career. Yeah, Ja. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's going to be productive time. It's going to be high scoring time. It's going to be less toll on his body time. Just ask Grant Hill. Think about if Grant Hill had a consistent jump shot.
Yeah. He wouldn't be going in a hole like that.
Man. Yeah, Zeke. Okay. You guys probably already answered this, but who you got, Mavs or Warriors? I'm rolling with the Warriors.
I got the Warriors. Warriors in 6, maybe 5. We'll see.
All I can say is this: if Curry wins something before, he had the same number of rings as Shaq.
Yeah.
It's Shaq, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who's the GOAT though? Who are you talking about?
Oh, the GOAT, LeBron.
The GOAT. That's funny. Baker Boy says Curry will be missing soon. He always does. All I can say is this: it seems like that when you're great, people try to find a flaw in what you do.
All the time.
All the time. That's how we roll, right? That's how people get down. You find a flaw. All I can say is, Baker Boy, you've never seen Steph Curry before. You can't name me any player that you'll say, "Oh, man, Steph Curry is just like so and so." Hasn't happened. So if it hasn't happened, let's love greatness, man.
Yeah,
People talk about Tom Brady. Oh man, Tom Brady's coming back. Man, he's gonna try to win another one. Yep. Because he's the GOAT.
It's not even close. So we'll see.
Baker Boy, please tell me if you've seen Steph Curry before and what's the name of that place. Adrian, the car community is getting bigger in Portland. That's great. That's great. Yesterday, I had a table at Twin Oaks Car Show and made a couple of sales. Very cool. Very cool. Portland is a place I would visit to go to a car show.
I know. I gotta find that. I need to see when the next car show is up there. That's gonna be a good place to go.
Portland's a nice city, man. Been there once. All right. NHL playoffs have been wild this year. Hockey cards are a buy. Yes, they are. And what's cool about hockey is that you have some low power. Now, there are some prices that are, I'll call elite prices. Some great cards that are priced accordingly. But there are still some great buys in the hockey market.
Yes. You just gotta do your research, so make sure you guys jump on that.
Yeah. You talking about McDavid? There's a few players that we can name. Sidney Crosby. A few players we can name that. I don't know. You may see me, like I'm pulling up this comic, you may see me one day pull up a hockey card and just talk about it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Day is coming, JD. Just last night, I was looking at some hockey stuff. It's not off the radar. It is not off the radar. Backspin for hip hop, break plus dance. Yeah. Back when breaking was the thing. Suns need another person who can score to be a contender next year. I think the Suns are about to start making some moves on that roster.
Yeah.
Don't think the team that you just saw get put out is about to be the team that runs back on that court. They might start with CP3.
Yeah, you get rid of CP. You gotta go younger. You gotta go younger.
Hero 3, Sylvester. This shouldn't have been the Suns' year. I was really, it should have been the Suns' year. I was pulling for them this season. Sorry, Hero 3. Dex Flow Toys, JFD. Why do so much hate when Jokic won MVP? He is the best in the world. He deserves it. I really don't know why.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We didn't talk about that.
Jokic, to me, is a great player. He has a potential to leave the game one of the most efficient, best passing, shooting, outside, inside, post-game, technically sound big men that we have seen play basketball. So I don't know why the hate was. I think maybe people thought Embiid should have won.
Oh,
Let's just look at this, though. The top 3 vote getters, Jokic, Embiid, and then Giannis, all foreign-born players. But the league is changing.
Yeah.
I would hope that no one has a problem with Jokic winning because he's a foreign-born player. That's my hope.
Yeah.
Mike, of the 4 NBA teams left, which would be best for the hobby by winning the championship? I think any of the 4. I don't know. I don't know what Jimmy Butler cards would do if he won. I don't know. I know they went up during the bubble, and I know they went down after the bubble.
No, I think Boston have the best. I think Boston will. Will they have a lot of? Oh, I think Dallas might. It depends. We'll see. Or Warriors. They're all 4 of them have a Warriors, Dallas, Boston, Heat. That's how I have.
Who has the most future Hall of Famers on the team, though?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Warriors. The Warriors have the most money in the hobby because of Curry.
Players who could take the next step and being legendary in their post careers when people talk about them. Clay, you got to remember, people. Clay shows up in game 6s, but he wasn't top 75. He has we looked this up last time, just under 20,000 points in his career. You don't think that young man has a chip on his shoulder? You don't think he's saying, I'm going to show y'all what's up? You put AD on the list?
He's definitely top 75. You'll see. If they win this year, you'll see.
Oh, he's gonna show you. He's already chiseling the top 100 in the stone.
Oh yeah, not even close.
Jokic did so much with that team. You think about the players that were hurt on that team, and he still took them the way he took. I just don't. If you don't like his game, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. If we're talking about Aiden and we're talking about Jaren Jackson Jr., these people are not even in the same stratosphere.
Not even the same strat. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, as big men, I don't know who Embiid, but Embiid sometimes can be inconsistent. I don't know who's up there with this guy. When I'm watching NBA, Curry can get points in the paint. And there's going to be more penetration, I think, by Golden State as we see more games in the future, especially against Dallas. Baker Boy, maybe you misunderstood me. Curry goes missing in the finals. I asked the question again, Baker Boy. I'm going to ask you the question again. Have you ever seen Steph Curry before in the history of the NBA?
Yeah.
You can say he goes missing. You can say anything. Did Kevin Durant go missing this year?
No, when he got hurt, that's it. But he don't.
You do know Kevin Durant didn't perform well at all when Brooklyn got put out. So, from the bench, Sidney Crosby, Young Guns, PSA 10 is something. This is what I'm talking about from the bench. 4K right now. Guy going down as top 5 player of all time. Pop is 875. This is what I'm saying. That's what I was looking at the other day. Sylvester Boston just asked. They just asked Suns coach why Aiden only played 17 minutes. He said it's internal. He would be on another team next year. Yeah, Aiden is not. What does that prove? Proves a lot, Baker Boy. And until you answer that question, I don't know what we're talking about Curry.
I don't even like Curry like that because Kyrie's my player, my guy. But Curry, he plays when he plays well when it matters. You know, maybe he probably has like spurts in the game where he struggles, but at the end of the game, he makes an impact somehow. So I mean, I can't even hate on Curry, even if I try.
Yeah, Paul asking Skip is an automatic disqualification of any legit question. Baker Boy, come on, man. How you doing today? How's your day going? What'd you get into this weekend? Let's talk about something else. What'd you get into this weekend?
Nah, man, not bad.
Did you see Baker Boy? Did you see Doctor Strange? What'd you think of Doctor Strange? So I've talked to a few people who didn't like Doctor Strange.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. But I've talked to a majority of people that really enjoyed the movie.
No,
I thought it was a great movie.
it's a really great movie. It's opening up everything for the multiverse, so you guys will see.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Doctor Strange went missing in this movie.
It was more of a Wanda movie.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I love our people in here. It's beautiful.
Man.
So, JD, you got anything for the people before we get out of here?
No, I'm just excited for what we got next week when we go to Cardstock, and that's it.
Hold up, I'm loving Baker Boy right now. Curry is like no other, but seriously, that's not going to win chips. Baker Boy, you know Curry got 3 chips.
I'm not entertaining that right now, FD. If you would ask me this like 2 hours ago, I definitely would. But I'm not entertaining anything when it has to do with Curry right now. Man.
All right, I thought this last one. I thought Doctor Strange was pretty good. Lots of fanfare with the Illuminati, but can't have them destroyed in 2 minutes. But
Well,
you know, in the Marvel universe, they can be brought back.
Yeah, but that's not their fault. Wanda came in there looking for heads. That's not their fault, man. You bring in Captain Marvel, Captain America.
You know what I love? You know what I love to see, and I think I said this to someone. I saw the movie again. I think I said this to April. I would like to see Wanda versus Jean Grey with X-Men, the Phoenix. Now that would be a throwdown fight, man. Right?
Yeah.
That would be something else right there.
Hold on, man. See, Baby Boy got these. Baby Boy's trying to start something. Oh wait,
All good.
wait.
All good, man.
All I'm saying is, like, Stephen Curry changed the game, and people just need to accept it for what it is. He's a great player. Like, there's nothing you can't hate on him.
He's top 5 to 10 all time. When he takes off his last pair of sneakers, he's hit 500 threes in the playoffs. He has 3 rings, may have 5 or more before he leaves the game. Because I believe that Golden State is putting together a team that can win multiple championships.
Yeah, they're just
We're not just seeing a team this year. This is about to be something. It's about to be a second run or something. It almost reminds me of when Jordan came back and they got put out by Orlando. And then the question was, what are the Bulls about to do? Can they win one more? That was the question at one time. Can Mike get 4? Now we look back, Mike has 6.
Yeah. So Curry will be fine. Next week we'll have a better gauge of what next week looks like. Because I think we'll be at game 4 by next week. So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see, right? It'll be nice to see. And Baker Boy, man, you make sure you come back now.
Oh yeah, Baby Boy, please don't come at me with last 15 minutes of the show. Like, come on, come see me. Come see me in the beginning of the show.
I can respect your thought. You say you don't know if he's top 5. I think he'll show you.
If he wins that ring, people are gonna start talking about the Fort GOAT. But we'll leave that to. We'll
let time take care of its own, right?
I mean, we're already wrong with the Heat making it this far, so we'll see.
Yeah, from the bench says, I know you can bring them back, but you're saying downplays Mr. Fantastic in the future. I think a bit saying that as a big Marvel MCM.
Yeah, they did kill him off pretty quick, but
to your point.
We'll see.
I've always thought about Mr. Marvel, right? Mr. Fantastic, I mean. Does his powers stand the test of time? Right? Mm-hmm. If he steps up against somebody with, there are different power levels in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we'll get into more Marvel.
Just look a little bit of this resume. Curry, 5 straight NBA finals, 3 NBA championships, 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous MVP. Warriors will win 2 more before Curry retires. I believe that.
We'll see.
We'll let time take care of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Boy, I appreciate you too, no doubt. And I love the back. People who know me, right? I love that back and forth. I love that. It reminds me of back when I used to play sports and people started talking. I love that. You probably see me laugh. I love it. JD, you know, it's always a pleasure, sir.
Yeah, man. I can't wait till next week. I just can't wait for what we got planned in the next few weeks. So
it's gonna be lovely, man. And just think about the remainder of the year. I mean, we know there's some big shows coming up. We know Car Stock's coming up.
No, we already got Car Stock in the bag. We got Burbank on the bag.
Yeah. But just think about after Burbank happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We'll see. I'm telling you guys better stay with us because we got a lot. Next few months we got a lot coming and we got a lot locked in. So you guys just stay in touch with us. I promise you, we got a lot of things coming for you guys.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be real nice. Until next time, everyone. Like JD said, we'll be further in the playoffs. We can talk about that more, but there'll be other things to talk about as well.
We got Star Wars too. So I'll see you guys. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, Star Wars is coming. Just so y'all know, I was messing with JD before we get off here. Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back was on TNT today, and I texted JD a picture of Darth Vader fighting Luke Skywalker. Say, hey man, turn on one of the greatest Star Wars movies of all time, and let him know. What was your response?
I just said no thanks. But you make it up because you said your favorite rapper is J. Cole, so we're good this week.
Oh yeah, we're good to go, bro.
Yeah, because I can't. Wait till Star Wars comes back out and I watch it randomly. I'm gonna send you a picture. Oh look at the graphics compared to what this back in the day.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good one, man. Everybody, thank you for being here.
See you guys.